All right, hello hackers. Welcome to another episode where we're going to be looking at a branching exercise. Now, for this one specifically, we are going to be looking at creating a fair bit of code that sets up a grid and allows us to click through on screen and change the color of the dot based on where we click on the screen itself. Okay, so we're going to be creating a new file which is going to have a fair bit of code in it, but then we'll reuse that code over and over and over again to make things a little bit easier. So we're going to hit new file here, which is going to give us one. I'm just going to stick it over the top there. All right, and then from there we need to do a fair bit of stuff. So we're going to say from our turtle package, import everything. Okay, that's going to make things a little bit quicker, and then we just need to do some setup code. So bear with me here. Obviously, if you have access to the sample file, you're able to skip a lot of this, and you'll see the section where you're able to start coding. But if you are following along with this on YouTube and don't have access to the sample file, you will need to copy this code down. So if you want, you can obviously skip ahead and just press pause and then copy it from there, or follow along with me as I go with the explanations that come from it as well. So I'm going to put in a couple of little comments here so that it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so we're going to create a little section here that prepares the window and the turtle. We're going to create a function, which I'll cover in a later lesson with what functions are and how they work. We're going to then run a setup for our screen, which is 800 by 600. Okay, and then from there we need to set something up that is going to allow us to respond to clicks. All right, so that one basically is just a little function here called onScreenClick. And then we want to use a function called drawDot. Okay, now we're going to create that function a little bit later, and you'll see what that is when we get to it. And then last but not least, we need to quickly set up our grid. So we're going to have set up the grid. And that one is just going to be driver.speed. Now, driver will make sense when we get to the bottom, but driver.speed is just going to be set to 0. What this does is means that the turtle does things like almost instantly rather than driving from place to place. So for I in range 4, so we're going to do this 4 times for our 4 quadrants. Driver.forward, 400 pixels, and then driver.back. 400 pixels, so that just gets it back to the same spot. And then we're going to turn right 90 degrees so that we are able to turn and move around the screen. And then last but not least, we're going to use the pen up function so that our turtle will no longer drive on the screen. From here, we just create our drawDot function. So define drawDot, okay, and it's going to have 2 parameters, which are X and Y. And then from there, we're going to create a variable here called .color and set that to be orange. Okay, now you might notice if you're an Australian student, like where I teach, that we are spelling color without a U. That's to sort of continue to create good coding habits, because all of the coding languages are written with American style spelling. So if you do put a U in places like say HTML or CSS, it won't actually recognize what you mean by color, and therefore will either throw an error or just default to the basic color, which might be black or white. So that's why we're going to use the American spelling there. Now, if you're using the sample file, this is where the if statement goes. This is the answer. Answer, yeah, that's it. Cool. Okay, and then that's where it ends. This is where cool. And then after that, we just need to put a couple more things in. So we're going to have driver.go to, and then X and Y. Okay, and then we're going to have dot size is going to equal 10, and also our driver.dot, and then dot size and dot color. Okay, so these little bits of code are basically saying that when we click on the screen, we want you to go to whatever the X and Y coordinates are that are clicked on here. Okay, you're going to have a dot size worth of 10, which is going to create a little dot on the screen, and then it is going to create the dot size of 10. Okay, and then also use the dot color variable to create that dot. Now, last but not least, we just need to let turtle know that driver equals turtle. Okay, otherwise our application won't work. We want to run our set scene function from up here at the top, and then finally ht. Cool. So that's us ready to go. So if I go to run this code, it's going to allow me to create a new or save my new file. So I'm going to call it exercise 4a, all right, and press save on that one. Okay, what that did for us, interestingly, didn't create the extra line. We can't see it on there, but basically it creates this grid ready to go for us, which is super quick and easy. And then you can see that when we click on the screen, our turtle goes and creates a dot on screen, which is orange. Okay, so that's all the setup done, and it sort of shows you what is going to happen and what's ready to go. What I might do, actually, I should run that once more. And what's going to happen this time around is we're going to just talk about the coordinates here. So if we think of the spot here right in the middle of the screen, I'm not going to be able to click on it exactly, but sort of thereabouts, that's going to be position 0. So anywhere up in this direction here is going to be a positive, that's not going to be great, that's going to be a positive y, and then anything in this direction here on our Cartesian plane is going to be a positive x. Okay, and then obviously down here we would have our negative y and our negative x there as well. So what we want to do here is make it so that we get a red dot that appears on screen when we are in the top right hand quadrant. Okay, so very simple for us there. We can just say if the x position is greater than 0, okay, and the y position is greater than 0, we want to change our dot color, which is now going to equal red. Okay, so that's nice and quick and easy there. So what we're going to do here is just say run our module again. For whatever reason, my grid isn't showing up that last line, but you'll notice that now when I click anywhere else on screen, I get these orange dots still, but if I come up into this top section up here, you're now getting a red dot. So the screen is able to identify where on the screen it is that we are clicking, and then select the options from there as well. So if I wanted to take this a step further, and this is the, like if you're looking at the exercise files, this is where the files sort of step through selecting some different colors. So from there, what I can do is then just, as you saw in the previous branching video, look at the else statement where if I have an elif, I could say for instance, a different combination of these values here. So if I was to say x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0 this time around, I could have dot color equals green. Okay, maybe we have an elif. This time we want x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0, and we're going to have a dot color of blue. And finally, I don't need to set out the last one because I can have the else there. Actually, no, I want to do it this way. So I'm going to have elif x is less than 0 and y is less than 0 as well. Okay, we can have a dot color of, this one could be maybe yellow. Okay, so it doesn't matter what colors you pick. Obviously the names need to be ones that Python understands. You can potentially put in like a hexadecimal code in there as well, or things like that, so long as you probably need to look up some documentation on how that's handled, and then Python would be able to make that happen for you. But if we go and run our module now, you can see here on our little screen that we still get our red dots at the top, we get green dots down the bottom here, we would get blue dots up the top there, and then yellow dots down the bottom here. Now I want you to have a quick think, is there a way that I can still get an orange dot on my screen? Okay, so it still says orange dot color equals orange here. Okay, so is there a way that I can still get an orange dot on my screen? I'm going to give you a quick 10 seconds to think about it. If you want some more time, you obviously want to pause it there as well. All right, there's probably enough thinking time. Hopefully you got to the answer of yes, it is still possible to get an orange dot. And the reason for that is because the conditions that we have set here are that if x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0, or all of the other combinations, and x is less than 0 and y is less than 0, that means if x or y is ever equal to 0, it doesn't meet any of these conditions, which means it would default back to orange. So it's going to be super hard for me to actually try and get that to appear. Oh, there's an orange. Okay, so you can see that I can still get an orange to appear on screen, but it requires you to click exactly on one of the lines, basically, and get that to be the 0 coordinate. Now, there is a way to change that so that we would always get a different color that wasn't orange. So I'm just going to quickly comment out this line here, and I'm going to modify it slightly by saying else, and then have dot color equals yellow. Okay, now because this is an else statement, what we're going to be doing is when we get to our if, we're going to say, is it greater than and greater than? No. Is it greater than and less than? No. Is it less than and greater than? No. All right, all of the other times you're going to be yellow. So if I run this one again, it's going to be a little bit trickier because I can't cheat and come into the middle, but I'm pretty sure that if I can click somewhere on this line exactly, you can see that we can get a yellow dot on the green and red side of the screen. Because this time what we're saying is if none of these three conditions are met, okay, so that's these three conditions here, the answer will be yellow. So again, because the x value in this instance is equal to 0, that means that we get a yellow dot appearing there. So it's up to you how you want to have that formatted in the end. Like obviously if we went back and had this option here, okay, it basically is saying that you want 4 colors for the quadrants, and then you would have an orange color for the lines. That's not going to be updated because I haven't rerun the code. But yeah, you would have anywhere on the lines would be equal to orange then, and then the other ones would be set to a color of some sort, be it red, blue, green, or yellow. All right, so that's it for this particular video here. Hopefully that has given you something pretty cool to have a look at how an if statement can be run, okay? And how it affects an actual Turtle application. So I'm going to leave it there. We're going to be looking at a bouncing ball in the next episode, and I hope to see you over there.